Hello, and now we're going to go ahead and finish with the last one, which is on the ANOVA. So for the ANOVA, I'm going to go back up over here, and I'm going to actually show you how to clear all filters because we're changing the filter anyway. And I just hit in Data and Sort and Filter. I click on Clear, and it clears out all filters I could have on a data set. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to select General Hospital, hit OK. And this time, I think I was looking at cost of. Let me double check to make sure. Cost of stay. So I highlight all of the cost of stay. Once again, I go to the first actual cell, hit Control Shift down, and that allows me to select all. And then I go over to S and I S2 and I paste. And this is General Hospital. So what I want to do is, like I said, put it in S2 all the way down and put the label General Hospital. The next one is Hillside Pediatric. I'm just going to save myself a little time since I'm over here. And I go back to data. And like I said, I can also just go back and hit clear. And then I go back and do Hillside Pediatric. And then go down to the first data cell, highlight everything, copy, go over here, and I paste. And then I'll go ahead and put it right there. Clear out my filter, and I want to click on this and choose Valley View Therapy. Highlight everything, copy, come over here, paste, and I don't remember the name of it, but you could also do this where I could copy one of the cells and come over to the third column and highlight it. So for this one, you do run a data analysis and you go to the very top for the single factor ANOVA. Do not do the two factor, that gets really annoying. And for this one, I want to make sure that I'm looking at the right data. So I'm going to do S through U. So I can do $S through $U. So it'll look at all the data in S, T, and U. And it's only going to count things if there's a number in it. I want to make sure I'm grouped by columns. I have labels in my first row. My alpha is 0.05. So this one, the output range isn't really as important. You just want to make sure it's below anything you have. So I'm just going to put E26. You can follow the directions exactly if you want. It doesn't really make a difference. I just need to make sure that it's able to be present. And then I hit OK. And it gives me this. So this is ANOVA. The things we care about in ANOVA is my degrees of freedom, my F value, my P value. So the F value is, if you remember, the F test is basically looking at the variances between groups. So this is a very large F value. Our P value is 0, which means it is so close to 0 that it doesn't bother. So with a P value of approaching 0, there would be differences among the groups. The actual differences are right here. You can see the averages here. So this one has $9,000 a stay for General Hospital. The Hillside has about 10,000. Valley View has 23,000. So Valley View is the highest, followed by Hillside and General, which are probably going to be not different from each other. So Valley View itself is different. So if I were, this is me coming from the stats land, not necessarily from healthcare, but I'm a statistician. But this is if I was to write it up exactly how I write it up, with a degrees of freedom of 2, F value of 268.30, and a P value approaching 0, we would, and there's a null and alternative hypothesis, if you remember stats from who knows when long ago, we would reject the, if I could spell, the null hypothesis. There are significant differences in the cost of stay based on the hospital. Valley View is most likely the highest, or is the highest, with $20,000. We actually edit that to be dollar signs for the length of stay. That's how you do the ANOVA. These up here are just the words that go along with it. So the significant differences is if it's less than 0.05, and that would be a reject the null hypothesis. If it is greater than 0.05, you would fail to reject the null hypothesis. Once again, that's just the words that you need for the stats themselves. If you want more information on it, hit me or bug me in the email or bug me on Discord or bug me however you can get a hold of me, and I can go over it if you truly want to know. Hope this helps you and that you finish your homework.